A very good day. Today I will be discussing the Thistle Trust case. Let's start with the background. The trust structure and tax planning. The Thistle Trust is an inter vivos discretionary trust and a beneficiary of a series of vesting trusts, collectively known as Zenprop Group, a major property development and investment firm. Zenprop often engaged in real estate transactions resulting in significant capital gains. During the 2014, 2015, and 2016 tax years, Zenprop sold properties, realizing substantial capital gains, which were then distributed to Thistle. Thistle, in turn, distributed these proceeds to its individual beneficiaries. The trustees relied on the common law conduit pipe principle, which posits that the tax character of income or gains does not change when distributed through a trust. Capital gains tax and the conduit pipe principle. I'll be explaining this in this next part. According to tax law, at the time of individual beneficiaries were taxed on 33.3% of their net capital gains, while trusts were taxed on 66.6%. Thus, the conduit principle was used to justify distributing capital gains directly to beneficiaries at a lower effective tax rate. SARS audited Thistle and argued that Section 25 Cap B and 26 Cap A of the Income Tax Act and paragraph 80.2 of the 8th Schedule, Thistle was liable for capital gains tax, as the gains vested in Thistle, not in the individual beneficiaries. SARS then issued additional assessments and imposed understatement penalties. How did the legal proceedings go? Thistle objected to the additional tax assessments, arguing that it acted based on legal advice and that any error was bona fide. The tax court ruled in favor of the conduit principle and concluding that the capital gains should be taxed in the hands of the individual beneficiaries. However, SARS appealed and the Supreme Court of Appeal reversed this decision. So what are the key issues in this case? The conduit principle, of course. Whether the conduit principle could apply to capital gains tax in a tiered trust structure, allowing taxation to pass to individual beneficiaries. Let's look at the interpretation of the tax law. Whether Section 25B could extend to capital gains tax and whether paragraph 82 of the 8th Schedule provided a self-contained tax framework that overruled the conduit principle. Let's look at the understatement penalties. Whether Thistle's failure to declare capital gains constituted a bona fide error exempt from penalties. What were the findings of the case? The tax court ruling supported Thistle's position, interpreting the conduit principle as applicable to capital gains tax and distributed through trusts. The Supreme Court of Appeal ruling overturned the tax court's ruling, holding that the capital gains tax liability rested with Thistle, not the individual beneficiaries. However, it dismissed SARS's claim for understatement penalties, acknowledging that Thistle's reliance on legal advice as a bona fide error. So in conclusion, the court's holdings were as follows. The Constitutional Court upheld the Supreme Court of Appeal's ruling, finding that the capital gains tax liability could not pass through to the beneficiaries under the conduit principle. SARS's primary position was upheld, making Thistle liable for the tax. However, Thistle was successful in defending against the understatement penalties, as the error was deemed to be made in good faith. This ruling was clarified that trusts in tiered structures cannot easily avoid capital gains tax by distributing gains to beneficiaries. Thank you very much.